Hello everybody on Newtoland, Jamie Powell back with another video, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to tell you something that happened to me when I was younger, something to do with a UFO. Hello everybody on Newtoland, yes, Jamie Powell back with another video, and something a bit different today. I'm going to tell you a true story, something that happened to me a very long time ago. Now, it's to do with a sighting of a UFO. I'm going to do my very best to describe this because obviously this is a long time ago. I have no footage. It was when I was a kid, so obviously I had no phone, so I had no recording equipment with me at the time, no camera, nothing. So this is all from memory. So I'll do my best to be as descriptive as possible. But yeah, I mean, UFOs. Do you believe in UFOs? I personally do, because obviously, like I said, I've seen one. I'm going to go into it in a minute. But do you guys believe in it? Because a lot of people, when they say they've seen a UFO, they usually think of a few things. One, they're bloody nuts and stupid and daft, which is, to be honest, quite accurate for how I am. Another thing they assume is,
when they took him up in the spaceship, the aliens abused him sexually.
That. But, and no, that did not happen. Not to my knowledge anyway. But let's get on then with my story. My encounter with a UFO. And like I said, this is completely true. This is not made up. And why am I talking about it now? Disclosure Day came out last week. And it just brought back a memory of this incident that happened. Well, what do you want to call it? So let's start then. One night, my dad was going on for an appointment with one of his clients. He was an insurance salesman, and he had to go out at night sometimes because people work in the daytime. So he would go to the house in the evenings. And sometimes me, my mum and my brother would tag along. We'd go in the car for the journey and just keep him company, but it's quite a long trip. We'd maybe sometimes go to like a bar or something, or a pub, or even go to a restaurant and have something to eat and drink or something, just to sort of pass the time and then be there for when Dad finishes. So we went to an appointment one night, and it was quite late getting back, and we were coming back for around about 9 o'clock. Now we were travelling back from Poole, and we were coming past Tower Park. Now Tower Park was on the way. We hadn't got there yet, but on the way to there's a dual carriageway, and there used to be a Toys R Us just past the Tesco on my left hand side. And we were going down this road, this dual carriageway, and there used to be like an advertisement balloon, like a blimp sort of thing up in the air, and I used to always look out for it every time. I don't know why, I just did. And then one night, this night I'm talking about, I looked up and I could see something in past the balloon, and I thought, what the hell's that? So I looked at it closer, and I put my head out the window, and I could see a triangle. And this triangle was quite high up, but it was very obvious. You could really make out because the night was clear. It was one of those open sky nights, you know, when the sky is a bit, you know what I mean. And I could see this triangle. And I looked up, and my mum says, what are you looking at? I said, look, what's that, Mum? And she said, what the bloody hell is that? And she looked at it, then my brother looked at it, and my dad was like, what are you looking at? So there's a triangle up in the sky. It had a reason why I could tell it was a triangle, because it was lit up. It had a light at each corner, and there was one in the centre that would like go on and off sort of thing. I thought, that's very weird. Dad said, it's probably just the blimp. I said, no, I can see the blimp as well. It's just past the blimp. And my mum was like, that's a UFO. And my dad was like, oh, I can't look, I'm driving. And he couldn't look because he couldn't stop because it was a dual carriageway, so he couldn't stop the car to pull over. And I noticed something whilst we were driving along. There was no cars on the road. And I mean no cars. No cars whatsoever. No trucks, motorbikes, there was no pedestrians, there was nobody around for miles. And it was very eerie. There was a very weird atmosphere. That's how I describe it. And I looked at the time whilst we were driving, and I looked at the blimp. I think it was about 9:15. and we're going to go to, just going home, like I said, from Dad's appointment. And Dad said, right, we're going to pull into Tower Park when we get there, and I can stop to look at it. So as we're going along, this does sound weird, but it's true. This is true. I'm not making this up for attention or nothing like that. I remember it clear as day. The whole road was empty, and the triangle, whatever you want to call it, the ship, whatever you want to call it, came down lower, and it almost was on top of us, and it was so clear. And my mum was going, "Oh my God, it's following us," and my dad was like, "I can't look at it." The whole time I can't bloody look at the thing. So we were driving along, and it was following us down the road, and we got to like a roundabout, and there was like a flash of light, and next thing you know, it was 20 minutes later. I am not shitting you. The clock on the car said like 25 to 10. Now that bit of road between Toys R Us, if you're in the area, you know this area, it's not a 20-minute drive when there's no cars on the road. It's like a 3 minutes at tops. We lost about 20 minutes of time, and there was no one around. Anyway, so we drove down, and this thing was still following us. We went down to the dual carriageway, we got round the roundabout that led into Tower Park, and we stopped at a pull-in just before we get into Tower Park so my dad could go to look at it. I was just pulling in, and I looked out the window, and this ship followed us like this. It stopped, it then turned upwards and straight up. It went straight up to the sky, and my dad didn't get a chance to see it. And it was a real shame for my dad, but I couldn't believe it. I could not believe my eyes, what I had seen. And I said to my mum, look at the time. She says, it doesn't take that long to get here. What the hell has happened? Anyway, so that was my encounter. When I got home, I was a bit scared. I was a bit worried because I'd seen a few alien invasion movies by then, and like War of the Worlds, the original one. And I was a bit worried about it, and Mum said, don't worry, it's just probably a plane. I'm going to get Dad to phone up the local airport and ring around, see if there's any ships that are flying in the area. So my dad phoned up all the places in the area that could have had a plane flying over. There must have been some logical explanation for what we had seen. So we wanted to clear that up so then we could put our minds at ease. My dad phones up, and they said there was nothing on their records flying that was meant to be there. So anything that was meant to be there wasn't there. So that means whatever that was random and unplanned. And it still sounds like a shiver down my spine. I've gone cold thinking about it. Now, it doesn't mean that in that time that we lost that
It's probing time.
anything like that happened. I don't know. I can't explain it. I really can't explain it. But it's the honest truth. I wouldn't lie to you people about this sort of thing just to make a video for, clickbait and all that bollocks. It's something which I don't really talk about because I have had other experiences with like the supernatural, etc. There's people walking past our door. But it's just something that happened. And I still think about it to this day. I still remember as clear as day looking out that window, looking up at the sky and seeing, you lot fuck off. Seeing a triangle, a spaceship, whatever you want to call it, up in the sky. It was a triangle, a light on each side and a circle in the middle. And it was very odd that we lost that time. There was nobody on the road, there was a flash of light, and it's just a very weird story, and there's no explanation for it, and nothing's happened since. I've not had dreams where aliens are podding me or I'm in a ship. I don't know. It's probably not aliens, You can't assume if you see a UFO, it's aliens, but we don't know what it was. And that is God honest truth. I don't know what else to say about it, but that is what happened. That is my story. And have you ever seen anything in the sky you can't understand? Have you ever had experiences like this? I mean, I've had some experience with like supernatural sort of thing, but I've never had anything since like this. I never thought I'd ever see a UFO, but I am one of those people who has, and yes, I'm a bit of a nutball, but I haven't lost all my marbles. And I was young. I was like about, 8, 9, something like that, and I remember it clear as day. And yeah, so that is my story, and hope it didn't go on for too long. Hope I got the story over to you as much as I can. I tried to put in a bit of footage and stuff, so it kind of helped build a picture. And yeah, so that's my story, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to be taking a little break from YouTube for a little while. It's just something I need to do, stuff going on, and I want to kind of focus more on making the short films at the moment. I'm enjoying doing that more. But if you want to watch any BlueTube hunts, you know, Blu-ray hunting, the only person I highly recommend, of course, is Kermit's Ghost. He is the king of Blu-ray. He gives you all the information, and he is thorough, and he does honest reviews. He's a great guy. I'll leave a link down below to his channel. Go and subscribe to Kermit's Ghost. He is the best. Anyway, that is it, and guys, I hope you're all doing well. I will be back soon. Don't worry, I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm just taking a small break and focusing on making another short film. And when that's done, we shall see how I feel then. But anyway, guys, all the best for me. And, oh, motherfucker. Oh, my arse is fucking sore. That's because E.T. decided to put his finger right up your...